threat of disaster is never pleasant.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast.
These safety measures are essential.
The only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment.
This will be your source of survival instructions and information. Every member of the family must be coached in the business of survival.
Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Yeah, that's right, that's us.
No, I'm DB.
Yeah, that's true. Both
DB
of us
Cooper.
are DB Cooper. We worked together.
Yes. Welcome to Mindless Banter. Apparently, it's the 1 millionth episode Cam's put on here. You didn't know which episode it was, so
It's got to be the
1 millionth.
It's got to be.
Feels like we've done a million of these things.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed,
Yeah.
get off your ass, go do it.
Yeah.
Okay?
We're about to teach you some history
A story, yeah.
of one of the best heists ever.
It is.
It's the hijacking of, I can't remember what brand of airline it
Oriental Express or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
but DB Cooper. Have you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
heard that story? I'm going to tell you.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
But before we get into the nitty gritty, it goes without saying.
Yeah.
Prepping requires forethought with regard to food, water, power, protection, all kinds of stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
But you cannot forget that self-reliant medical care is very important.
It is.
You got to learn it yourself. So, what's the easiest way to do it? The Prepper's Medical Handbook by noted wilderness medicine expert and survivalist William W. Forgy, MD. He's not a dummy.
No.
Provides the basis of prevention, identification, long-term management of survivable medical conditions, and tells you what, when, where, and why to return to the grid and what to do when you can't.
Dude.
It's an organized book. It's great. It's got paper,
Yeah.
pages,
Words.
It's got numbers. It tells you where to
Pictures.
go. But seriously, like, it's the easiest way to just find whatever medical condition you run into.
Find.
My nose is running. I got worked up about to cry.
Quit snorting.
Yeah,
for
so
this.
You're not going to learn all the medicine before the apocalypse.
No, that's on my
Unless
list.
you're in
Learn
medical
all
school
the
right
medicine.
now.
That's what it says on my
This
list.
book will get you what you need. And you can
Beautiful.
get it at preppersmedicalhandbook.com,
Beautiful.
or you can go to the commie, Amazon.com,
Yeah, that's right.
and buy it there.
Hey, Cam.
It goes without saying.
No, let's not do that again. Have you ever seen the movie Without a Paddle?
Yeah.
You have. It's
Yeah.
a great movie.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it. I actually enjoy it
It's a good one.
quite a lot.
Yeah. With Seth Green.
Seth Green,
and
Dax Shepard,
Dax Shepard, yeah.
and Matthew Lillard. It's a great movie. And the main aspect of that is they're going deep into the Washington woods, and they're going to figure out what happened
To the cache.
to DB Cooper, right?
That's
I guess
right. I don't know why I didn't even think about that when we were preparing that.
Yeah, the whole movie's
whole
about
freaking movie.
it's all about DB Cooper.
That's awesome.
And Burt Reynolds plays DB Cooper in it. Remember? So DB Cooper is a mythical story in the history of heists and crimes and whatnot. But it's like
People trying to repeat it for years.
yeah. There was a lot of copycats after this happened. But also, it's one of those things that's just never really been figured out. It's a mystery.
So crazy.
You know? It's probably on Unsolved Mysteries, I bet, at some point. Exactly. That guy in his trench coat and with the smoke. Man, that creeped me out when I was a kid so bad. Just like even hearing that noise, that music would freak me
My
out.
8th birthday party, my mom's filming and it's on the TV in the background.
Gosh.
So she's like, "Here's your present." It's all dun 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 dun.
And that guy's voice, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Welcome to the old stuff.
Yeah. So anyways, DB Cooper, we decided today, let's go over what happened.
Yeah, that show was creepy though.
It was super creepy.
Let's bring it back up.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
just when they're like, he murdered a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
He's been running around. We haven't solved this mystery. You're like, shit.
A kid at like 9 o'clock at night
it
watching
was
this.
scarier than anything because you're like, there's a murderer still out killing kids?
Murderers are real? I thought that was in the movie. You know?
Anyway,
Yes. Unsolved Mysteries. Creepy.
was DB Cooper ever on there?
I don't know.
It's
My
gotta
guess
be
is he had to have been.
episode 751
Yeah,
or something.
there's a lot of those episodes. But, this is something that's just never... The FBI at one point just said, I don't know. Can't figure this shit out. It's too hard.
Yeah, we haven't even figured out what the initials stand for.
No.
So we're done.
Darla Bob? I don't know.
Double Bubble Cooper.
Double bubble. Man, I guarantee that was it. My friends call me Double
I
Bubble.
just solved a crime.
Just solved the crime. It's all done.
Oh, that's good.
So let's go
Double
back.
bubble.
Let's go back in our little time machine to 19...
Somebody, our listeners, it's in the FBI. Have we looked into Double Bubble?
Let's write that down. That's a good. That's
These
a good
guys
one.
have some points.
Yeah.
Double Bubble. I haven't looked
Actually,
into
listen to this whole podcast. They might have something.
Yeah, I'll subscribe to it.
Let's go back to 1971. You know, we'd just been to the moon a few years ago.
True.
You know, hadn't been that long.
Flight's getting better and better.
Yeah. We're figuring out, how to fly in the air. So it's Thanksgiving Eve. So it's almost Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You're dreaming of turkey and gravy and stuffing. But one man was dreaming of something different. He was dreaming of a pile of cash, and he was trying to figure out how to do it. And he had a good idea. So a middle-aged man carrying a black attaché case approached the flight counter of Northwest Orient Airlines, which I've never heard of. Must have went out of business after this.
Lost a passenger. Can't
Never mind.
Sorry, we're out of business.
Yeah. This was at the Portland International Airport, and this is the days before Portland was just a shithole, as it is now. You know what I mean?
That's the truth.
It is.
It wasn't bum central. At
It
this
wasn't.
point.
Yeah.
Maybe
like
it was. But I doubt it.
92% bums and 8% hippies.
Yeah.
I've been to Portland. It's a nice place. There's
Yeah,
just a lot. There's
I
a lot of
lived basically there for
weird
2
stuff
years,
you
but
did.
it was extremely interesting. And
Yeah.
I didn't mind the interesting, but it's weird.
Yeah. So he identified himself as Dan Cooper.
Yeah.
Dan Cooper,
Damn
and
it.
he used
It's not
cash.
Double Bubble.
Not double. I'm Double Bubble Cooper.
I'm Double Cooper. What? Double Bubble Cooper.
Double B Cooper.
Okay.
Wait, what? He used cash to purchase a one-way ticket on flight 305, which was a 30-minute trip to Seattle. $20, man. That ain't bad.
That's
That was
bad
a
at
deal
all.
back in the day.
Crap.
$20. But you have to spend some money to make some money, he figured. So I better buy this ticket or I'm not going to get what I want, right?
True.
Cooper boarded the aircraft, a Boeing 727, which is a pretty big plane,
That is
right?
That's a, yeah.
I mean,
Between those two places,
Yeah, I don't know, it's like-
30-minute flight, is that worth it?
we got a space shuttle flight to Portland. It's like, come on. Why such a big plane?
You want to take the aircraft carrier up to the
Could've just
port, or
used
do
a
you want to fly?
Trebuchet to get us there almost. It's not that far.
So true.
He took seat 18C, 18E by one account, 15D by another. Nobody would look at the
Who
ticket,
cares?
apparently. Like it matters, but we're not quite sure. And then he ordered a drink, which was bourbon and soda. Sounds delicious. If
Nice.
I've got a half-hour flight, I want some bourbon and
if
soda. too.
I'm going to go down with what I'm about
Yeah.
to go down with,
You gotta calm those nerves
Yeah.
a little bit. You know what I mean? Eyewitnesses described a man in his mid-40s.
here you go, Mr. Double Bubble.
Here, Mr. Double Bubble. Here's your bourbon and soda.
Thank you, miss.
Double Bubble thanks you.
Oh, we're already landing? Okay.
Chug that down. We're almost
Land
landing.
on the other side of the airport.
He was in his mid-40s wearing a business suit with a black tie and a white shirt. So he was in Men in Black, basically.
It's the best way to
It was
fly.
Will Smith.
It's the best way to fly.
Double Bubble Will Smith. Flight 305, approximately one-third full, departed Portland on schedule at 2:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then shortly after takeoff, Cooper handed a note to Florence Schaffner. She was the flight attendant situated nearest to him in a jump seat attached to the aft stair door. So he was near the rear of the plane, right? He handed her a note. So she took this note, and apparently this happens quite frequently because she was like, all right, just puts it in her pocket and walks away. And
It's
he's
like
well,
texting my wife something important.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll
It's a
respond
text.
to that later.
I'll look at that on Tuesday. But she just puts it in her purse and just walks away. And he's like, well, what the hell? That was a freaking bomb note.
It's so funny.
You know what I mean?
She's going to freak you. What are you doing?
I can't wait to watch this. Watch it. Double Bubble's excited. And then she just walks off. You know?
What do I do? It's the only piece of paper I had.
Crap, now what?
Take a double bubble wrapper.
Do I just flash the bomb? What do I do? So she assumed the note was...
He's like, I'm going to take a couple other. Can I get another bourbon?
Give me another bourbon. So she assumed the note contained a lonely businessman's phone number and just dropped it unopened into her purse. Cooper was pissed off at this point.
Yeah, businessman.
He leaned forward and whispered, "Oh, miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." Okay. And then Cam put a bunch of stuff there that I don't think is.
Where?
Huh?
I didn't mess with any of this, by the way.
Okay.
What was a bunch of stuff I put
I don't
in
know.
there?
Don't you see that? Huh? You don't see
No,
that?
I was wondering why that was there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I don't know.
Is that when we were chatting
Must
back
have
and
been.
forth?
These shared notes sometimes get a little wacky.
Yeah. I was wondering why that was in there.
Um,
Wasn't me.
So the note.
DB Cooper.
It was DB Cooper.
Messing with our
That's
notes.
classic double bubble right there. The note was printed in neat all capital letters with a felt tip pen, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, how
That's what the note-
nice.
But the
We
exact
got all the details.
I know.
But
The exact wording is unknown because Cooper later took back the note, which is interesting. But Schaffner recalled that it mentioned the bomb and directed her to sit in the seat beside Cooper. You want to sit next to me? I got a
you
bomb.
want to sit next to Bomb or you want to sit next to me?
That's right. Schaffner did as requested, then quietly asked to see the bomb. Hey, can I see it? When we look at it. I mean, can you imagine? Like, okay, can I see it? Like, it's kind of
I
weird.
think you're both filling me full of crap, Mr. Double Bubble.
Yeah, showing you're good. Cooper then opened his briefcase long enough for her to glimpse 8 red cylinders.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a
4
bomb.
on top.
I know my bombs.
I don't want.
Sounds
Oh,
like-
8 red cylinder. That's a bomb. She's like, oh, okay, I get it.
What is that?
That's a bomb.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, that's a bomb.
Attached, they had wires coated with red insulation. Obviously, you got to cut the red wire,
Man,
right?
you know that these details, they've
Yeah.
gone over everything like 15,000 times.
know.
Okay, what kind of pen did he use? We
Did he
can't
write
figure this
capital letters or regular cursive? What was it?
out. How did he do it?
Gosh damn, this guy's good.
We
He's
can't. We
so
just
good.
can't pinpoint it.
And it had a large cylindrical battery.
Nice.
I don't know, like a C battery maybe?
Probably
maybe it was
D
bigger than-
battery.
D battery.
Those were popular back then.
So after closing the briefcase, he stated his demands. His demands were $200,000 in negotiable American currency.
Pretty fair.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day,
Doable.
200,000 I think was more like a mil. You know, I mean, so but still, if I'm hijacking an airplane and I'm jumping out, I want more than $1 million,
do.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Especially I had to pay for this
If you
bomb.
bust your leg, there's 40
There's-
to 100,000.
Yeah, you're gone. That's 10% gone right there. So you got to be careful. And he wanted 4 parachutes. You know,
That's
2
safety.
primary and 2 reserve. I don't know why he needs
I
2
am
primary.
not going to die after this
I'm
hijack.
strapping one on my back and one on my legs, and I'm jumping. You know,
Failed, and then what staked you upside down?
taking 2 with me. I don't know.
Maybe that's why he disappeared.
Yeah. He just
2 of them just
floated
carried him off into the freaking atmosphere.
like he was flying, and then he maybe used the other one
I'm
for
in
the bag of
Alaska
money.
now. I haven't landed. These freaking parachutes.
see
I've
Russia.
got too many. I've got too many parachutes.
That was a stupid move on Double Bubble's part.
Wanted to be safe about it. Flew into Russia. Didn't even know it.
That's why we couldn't find him.
Yeah, he's still up there today.
Freaking in Siberia.
Just a skeleton floating around. 16 parachutes.
4 parachutes. Come
Well,
on.
he added some.
And he also wanted a truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the aircraft upon arrival.
Good idea.
Right?
Don't want to run out of gas.
Probably use 3 gallons of gas to get to Seattle. Got to put that back in. Right? Schaffner conveyed Cooper's instructions to the pilots in the cockpit. When she returned, Cooper was wearing dark sunglasses. He's like, I'm going to look like a badass when she come back in here and put on my
Can I
sunglasses.
get a parachute for these sunglasses?
Yeah, those are Ray-Bans, Schaffner. Check them out. I got a bomb and I got Ray-Bans. So the captain, William A. Scott, contacted Seattle-Tacoma Airport Air Traffic Control, which informed local and federal authorities. The 35 other passengers were told that their arrival in Seattle would be delayed because of a minor mechanical difficulty. We're having something going on. We're gonna be late.
Is it not a bomb?
It's definitely not a bomb.
We're at 15,000 feet.
Don't look at the dude in the sunglasses. Just chill, all right?
I
Anybody
wonder
got
what
a
they
parachute?
sounded like on the radio. We got to land here real quick. There's no problem going on. And, yeah. So everybody just stay tight on time. Oh, shit.
Does anybody have an extra parachute on board? Everything's fine.
Does anyone have an extra pair of pants on board? I just shit myself.
I mean, it was my co-pilot. Wasn't me.
If you have an extra pair of pants, bring it up to the front. Appreciate it.
30, please.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So, anyways, they
Mr.
couldn't-
Sunglass Man, don't you come up in front.
Mr. Sunglass Man, stay there with her attaché case.
Oh.
So, Northwest Orient's president, Donald Nyrup, authorized payment of the ransom and ordered all employees to cooperate fully with the hijackers' demands. So, it was the airline who just kind of came up with the money, said, okay, give it to him. You always wondered, like, who's coming up with the money on those?
That's true.
Like, is he wanting it from the airline or does he want it from the government?
Who was president at the time? Do you know? 71?
This would have been Lyndon Johnson? I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know my history. Look it up.
It was
1971.
Republicans are like, nah, I ain't giving it to him. Democrats are like, give him extra.
Give him whatever he wants.
400,000.
Yeah, he can be in my cabinet if he wants. 1971. I don't know. You're going to have to look that up. I figure it's Lyndon Johnson, but I could be wrong.
Could be good. Oh,
Blah, blah, blah. The aircraft circled
You're probably right, yeah.
Puget Sound for approximately 2 hours to allow Seattle police and the FBI sufficient time to assemble Cooper's parachutes.
Richard Nixon.
Oh, it was Nixon? And ransom money and to mobilize emergency personnel. So they had to give him some time, so they just kept flying around because they had to go find them friggin' parachutes. So then the flight attendant, Tina Mucklow, recalled that Cooper appeared familiar with the local terrain. At one point, he remarked, looks like Tacoma down there, as the aircraft flew over it.
Yeah, Tacoma, all right.
What do you guys think? That Tacoma? When should I jump? Tell me when.
Can I get the window seat?
He also correctly mentioned that McCord Air Force Base was only a 20-minute drive from Seattle Tacoma Airport, which I don't know why.
If you look out your left window, it's Tacoma down there. 20-minute drive from...
So Schaffner described him as calm, polite, well-spoken, not at all consistent with the stereotypes of enraged, hardened criminals.
Yeah.
Like, take me to Cuba.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they're having
He
a lot
was like
of those.
a tour guide.
Yeah, he was really nice.
Right down there's Tacoma.
Yeah, if you put your
And
sunglasses
he was
on.
hot, too.
Oh, man, I tell you what. He wasn't nervous, they told investigators. He seemed rather nice. He was never cruel or nasty. He was thoughtful, calm all the time.
Yeah, that's good.
I would only hope people would talk about me like this,
Yeah.
Later in my
Right.
life. I mean, DB
Yeah,
sounds
I
like
don't
a
even
great guy.
care you have a bomb. You're a nice man.
You ain't cruel, you ain't nasty.
Probably nicer than most of the passengers
Oh,
nowadays.
Probably,
Easy.
100%.
He got a bomb, but he's super nice.
I don't care. I'll sit next to him. He ain't crying, ain't yelling.
Feet ain't up on the seat.
Yeah, just drinking a bourbon and soda and chilling.
Nice
I don't
guy.
get it. He ordered a second bourbon and soda, paid his drink tab. He even paid his drink tab.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? And he attempted to give Mucklow the change. Offered to request meals for the flight crew during the stop in Seattle.
He's all, hell, I got 200,000.
I can afford McDonald's. You guys want a Big Mac? What do you think?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
I
huh?
don't know. Try it.
Everybody, how's that sound to you guys?
And be up for some McNuggets? I don't know. So the FBI agents assembled the ransom money from several Seattle area banks, 10,000 unmarked $20 bills, most with the serial numbers beginning with the letter L, indicating issuance of the Federal Reserve of San Francisco, and made a microfilm photograph of each of them. That's 20,000 photographs or
Wow.
10,000 photographs. It's a lot.
Who did that?
I don't know. That's why they had to fly around for so long. Cooper rejected the military issue parachutes offered
Hold
by.
on, we're still taking pictures.
Takes a minute. Gosh. Cooper rejected the military issue parachutes offered by McCord Air Force Base personnel. Military? That shit's gonna break. I didn't want that.
That's what's weird. I don't know. Just with all that happening right over an Air Force base, they're like, man, fine. Don't get the military
I know.
involved.
So instead, he demanded civilian parachutes with manually operated ripcords. Seattle police obtained them from a local skydiving school.
Oh, yeah. You don't want the one that you like have to chain up.
Oh, that's
get
right. You
pulled
just
with
jump
the
out.
military
and-
one.
That makes sense, I guess. Okay.
Number 1 check. 2
Yeah,
check.
exactly. Push me. Just give me a push, lady.
Yeah.
When the flight landed in Seattle, the hijacker exchanged the flight's 36 passengers for the money and parachutes. So he just let them all off. Give me my money. Give me my
Do
parachutes.
you think they gave him the money like a regular bank teller? And 1,000, 2,000, 3,000,
Count it out.
4,000.
I don't. I think it came in a big bag.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, probably. During refueling, Cooper outlined his flight plan to the cockpit crew, a southeast course toward Mexico City at the minimum airspeed possible without stalling the aircraft. Approximately, God, I can't talk today, 100 knots. So that's like 115 mile an hour. That's not very fast. At a maximum of
That big
10,000
of a
foot.
plane, you think it would stall at that speed?
I know. apparently it doesn't. Apparently you can there at 10,000 foot altitude, right? Not too high. Usually they're much higher than that.
Yeah.
He further specified that the landing gear remained deployed in the takeoff landing position, the wing flaps to be lowered at 15 degrees, and the cabin remain unpressurized.
Dude knew what the freak he was
He's
talking
like,
about.
yeah, he knows kind of what he needs to do, and they got to be figuring this out too, right? I would think.
Yeah.
Like, why would he ask all this stuff?
Right.
Take your shoes off. Take off one sock. Put it on your head. Take off your belt. I mean, you know what I mean? Just like doing a bunch of weird crap. Also do all these other
He's
things.
gonna jump out.
You're gonna do it. Cooper further directed the aircraft take off with the rear exit door open and its staircase extended. The Home Office objected, saying that this was unsafe. You can't do it with the stairs down, you idiot. That's not going to be good, right? But he countered and said that it was indeed safe, and he would not argue the point. He would lower it once they were airborne. He's like, no, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I got a bomb. What are you guys going to do?
I got 4 parachutes.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
I don't care. No biggie. I could survive 4 plane crashes. Ain't a big deal to me. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, little after 8, Cooper jumped out of the back of the plane with a parachute and the ransom money. The pilots landed safely.
Don't forget your bomb.
I'll throw it out window.
What did they do with that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't read anything about that, actually. But Cooper had disappeared into the
They
night.
were just paint cans when they opened it.
Yeah. Again. So they never found him. He just jumped out, and the plane landed safely. Everybody was fine. He took his $200,000 and his 4 parachutes, and he left.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, immediately after, obviously, the FBI is like, "Fudge, we got to figure this out," right? They tried their darndest for quite some time. FBI agents recovered 66 unidentified fingerprints aboard the airliner. Like, that seems like a problem you're not going to solve. There's been 8,000 people on that plane.
Yeah.
Probably gets cleaned once a quarter.
Ever.
You know what I mean?
Till it's decommissioned.
Yeah. Good luck with that. But they also found his black clip-on tie.
Oh.
He had a clip-on tie.
He didn't even,
He can't even tie a tie, but he can.
knows all the directions of
Yeah.
jumping from an airplane.
Yep. And they found 2 of the 4 parachutes, so 2 of them were left on the flight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder why he's just
I don't know.
weird. Maybe he's gonna take somebody with him. And
Yeah.
you pilots want to come? Forget it.
Never mind. I'll just go spend this myself. I'm heading to Canada if you want to
Maybe he
go.
was thinking. How many people were on left?
There
There
were
were
4 people left.
Oh, okay. I was like,
including
maybe
him.
he was being a gentleman and be like,
Yeah, maybe.
if you guys stall this son of a bee,
Here you go.
you got extra
Yeah.
parachutes.
So the local police and the FBI, they immediately began questioning possible suspects. And the first place they started,
This
so
one,
funny.
I'd never heard of this one.
One of the first was an Oregon man with a minor police record named D.B. Cooper, right? They contacted, the Portland police contacted him saying, well, maybe this is him. And
He
they're like,
forgot to change his
just
name.
forgot to change his name, but no, they quickly ruled him out as a suspect. But a local reporter named James Long, rushing to meet an imminent
I
deadline.
wonder why they quickly ruled him out.
Well, I don't know. Probably had a
Missing a leg.
alibi or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not him. He's blind.
But the reporter rushing to meet an imminent deadline confused the eliminated suspect's name with the pseudonym used by the hijacker. So, he said Dan Cooper, but this guy's name was D.B. Cooper. And so the wire service reporter republished the error followed by numerous other media sources. As a result, D.B. Cooper became the most widely remembered pseudonym, which is funny because he used the name Dan Cooper.
That's weird.
I know.
So that was
It's not
created
actually
after,
DB.
huh? That's
Yeah. So a precise search of the area obviously was very, very hard because even like small differences in the aircraft speed, the wind, all these different things, the flight path would change where he jumped out by like hundreds of miles almost. So they went and looked and looked and looked. But the initial searches and investigations showed no trace of Cooper nor any of the equipment presumed to have left the aircraft with him.
It's crazy.
So they looked and looked and just couldn't find anything. So about a month after the hijacking, the FBI actually distributed lists of the serial numbers of the money to like casinos and racetracks and like other places.
Where did you say he jumped out at? So it's like in the thicket of the Northwest?
That's what they think. They think it was in Washington somewhere.
So in their defense, that area would be freaking hard.
Good luck. Like, how do you comb that area?
Even if he died, you probably would never find him.
It would be a freaking joke. So they released the serial numbers, and Northwest Orient actually offered a reward of up to 15% of the recovered money. And then they actually released the serial numbers to the general public. In 1972, two men used counterfeit $20 bills printed with Cooper's serial numbers to swindle $30,000 from a Newsweek reporter named Carl Fleming in exchange for an interview with a man they falsely claimed was the hijacker.
Wow.
Yeah, so they used some money and in the release serial numbers and got 30 grand for it. Pretty sweet.
Wow.
A nice little move on their part. And so then actually in November of 1978, a placard printed with the instructions for lowering the aft stairs of a 727 was found by a deer hunter near a logging road about 13 miles east of Castle Rock, Washington. This would have been within the basic flight path of that 305. So they think that actually could have been.
Piece came off.
Yeah, that could have been from that. But again, who knows?
Yeah.
It could have been another 727 that lost that.
Forgot to put up the stairs.
Exactly. You just don't know. So then on February 10th, 1980, this is where it gets kind of crazy. 8-year-old Brian Ingram was vacationing with his family on the Columbia River at a beachfront known as Tina Bar, about 9 miles downstream from Vancouver, Washington, and about 20 miles southeast of Aero. He uncovered 3 packets of the ransom cash as he raked the sandy riverbank to build a campfire. The bills were disintegrated, but still bundled in rubber bands.
That's cool.
Can you imagine as a kid finding bundles of $20
Mama
bills?
got a bunch of money.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Throw it in the fire.
Perfect kindling, son. Well done.
Yeah, that would be, man.
Oh, I'd freak out, man.
Your childhood was complete at that point.
Can you imagine, though, growing up saying, I
money.
found D.B. Cooper's cat?
Yes.
How cool is that? You know?
Kept some of it.
Yeah.
Even disintegrated.
Jeez, it's just insane. FBI technicians confirmed that the money was indeed a portion of the ransom. 2 packets of $120 bills each, and a third packet of 90, all arranged in the same order as when given to Cooper.
Right.
Initial statements by investigators and scientific consultants were founded on the assumption that the bundled bills washed freely into the Columbia River from one of its many connecting tributaries, which makes it almost impossible to figure out where it came from.
Yeah.
Because there's so many connecting
branched
rivers.
off.
Yeah. It's like almost impossible. Other hypotheses were advanced. Some surmise that the money may have been found at a distant location by someone or even like a wild animal and carried to the riverbank and then reburied there. Yeah, like a bear. Just took the money. I'm taking this. I'm going to bury it in the riverbank.
I'm going to have my babies in this bag.
Yeah.
Screw it. Throw it in the fire.
Perfect. The sheriff of the county proposed that Cooper accidentally dropped a few bundles on the air stair. Which then blew off into the aircraft and flew into the Columbia River. So maybe he just dropped them up top, when he was jumping out. Who knows?
Nobody.
One local newspaper conjectured that Cooper, knowing he could never spend the money, dumped it in the river or buried portions of it himself, which I don't think that makes no sense.
Who's the idiot that thought that one up?
Yeah, I don't get that. So in 1986, after protracted negotiations, the recovered bills were divided equally between Ingram and the Northwest Orient's insurer, and the FBI retained 14 examples as evidence. So the kid actually did get to keep some of it, which is pretty freaking awesome. They sold 15 of the bills at auction in 2008 for $37,000.
Oh my gosh.
Freaking cool.
That kid scored.
Yeah, I know, man. It took a long time to score, 2008, but to date, none of the 9,710 bills have turned up anywhere else. Their serial numbers remain available online for public search.
Really? They haven't been used or anything?
Nope.
Oh, that is
Which
weird.
kind of...
I bet Sasquatch has them.
He probably does. Maybe
Big
D.B.
old
Cooper
walla.
is Sasquatch.
Maybe.
Shaved, went on a flight, jumped out.
Let it grow.
Yeah, let it grow.
Wanders the Northwest.
Back to it, yeah.
Screaming time to time.
So on July 12th, 2016, the FBI formally closed the D.B. Cooper case after what is called one of the longest and most exhaustive investigations in our history.
That's so crazy.
I know. So they just couldn't figure it out.
You can only hope that he lived to see, no one ever figured it out.
I know. Or he could still be alive.
That's true.
He could still be
He's probably
alive.
listening to this.
Yeah. Cam, I want you to imagine this, though, real quick. The grid's down.
Oh, yeah.
Your hometown was just devastated by a natural disaster. Or you stopped to help a car that broke down on the side of the road. Would you have what you need to deliver a baby?
No. Well, I would.
You would, but most wouldn't. Look, the Combat Midwife developed the perfect kit to add to your preps. The official Combat Midwife Birth Kit, brought to you by Medical Gear Outfitters, will give you peace of mind in a chaotic world. Our new world consists of COVID, quarantines, and overrun hospitals. Babies are unpredictable about when they decide to join us in this crazy world. A birth kit is just what you need to be prepared for any labor and delivery emergency. The movies lied to you. Dude, they did. You need more than newspaper and a shoestring to deliver a baby. It ain't gonna work. The Combat Midwife Birth Kit is what you need to care for the lady you love in any SHTF birth situation. And it even doesn't have to be SHTF.
No.
Could be just a regular birth.
Seriously.
You pretty much got what you need.
Yep.
It's user-friendly. All these items included are exactly what the Combat Midwife takes on every birth. Seriously, she just picks one of these up, comes back with a baby. It's pretty awesome. All right?
Just a bunch of babies at home.
Yeah. Buy this kit and all of your family's medical gear needs at medicalgearoutfitters.com. Learn more about the Combat Midwife and how to use this kit at combatmidwife.com. Use our coupon code Casual Preppers. You're going to get 10% off all the gear on those websites. You got to use that code or they're not going to know that we sent you and you're not going to get your discount.
Yeah.
So you got to go use it. All right? medicalgearoutfitters.com.
Yeah. There's not just OB stuff there.
No,
you can
there's
buy
tons of stuff.
pre-packed little med kits and everything. And yeah, her site's awesome. I went to it and she does sessions you can sign up for.
Oh, really?
You want to learn how to deliver a baby just to know? You never know. You know?
You don't.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
So let me tell you, after this happened, there were a whole bunch of copycat hijackings in 1972. Like a bunch, which is kind of crazy. So after that, the FAA got a little bit smarter. They're like, all right, we got to do some things to figure this out because we can't have people taking money and jumping out of the airplane anymore. This is bad. So after that, they required that all 727 aircraft be fitted with a device later called the Cooper vane, which prevents lowering the aft air stair during flights. So you just it can't be done anymore, which is good, right?
Yeah.
Also, because of this hijacking, the installation of peepholes were
Where will
mandated.
you be flying and jumping out today?
No.
Guess what? That's not going to happen.
Let me put my sunglasses on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So also, the installation of peepholes were mandated in all cockpit doors so that they can look out and see if DB's back there on all flights.
Yeah.
So
crazy that wasn't there before. To
I
look
know.
into the
I won't even think about it. Like, come
knows
on.
who's even back there.
They probably didn't even have cockpit doors back then.
They probably didn't.
You know? So the crazy thing about this is there's been over 1,000 suspects that have been investigated by the FBI for DBQ. 1,000.
That's crazy.
Like at this point, just investigate
We're
everybody.
going to go through every one of them.
We have, you guys.
We have
got
all
we got
1,000.
28 minutes to do 1,000 suspects. So one of mine, I'm just going to do one of
There's
these.
some standout ones, and that's
There
what
is.
we put down.
This one is my favorite, and I'm just going to do this one. I'm going to let Cam take the rest.
like
But this
that one.
one is my favorite. His name's Richard Floyd McCoy Jr. Gosh, he sounds like a boxer or something, doesn't he?
Floyd McCoy.
Floyd McCoy, undefeated, heavyweight champion.
And Floyd McCoy comes up to the...
Yeah, I mean, he's my favorite, but he's the one, he's the top of my list, I think. So, McCoy, the year after, so this is 1972, he hijacked a United Airlines passenger jet for ransom.
Hell, do it again.
I know, work first time, let's keep on going. Due to a similar modus operandi, law enforcement officials named McCoy as a suspect for the still unidentified D.B. Cooper, who committed his unsolved crime 4.5 months before McCoy. McCoy was born, so this is kind of his life, December 7th, 1942, North Carolina. This is pretty weird. To Richard Floyd McCoy Sr. and Myrtle McCoy, who were first cousins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so this guy, he was
At
sharp
deep
as a
woods
tack.
of the South. Well,
Yeah.
kind of.
Which is pretty interesting. He grew up in Cove City. In 1962, he moved to Provo, Utah.
Oh, yeah.
Enrolled in BYU before dropping out to serve a 2-year tour of duty in the Army. He served in Vietnam as a
In the
demolition.
Lord's Army?
No, just the
Regular-
U.S. Army.
Okay.
Okay.
Seems kind of weird.
I know.
2 year.
So this is what is kind of crazy. He served in Vietnam as a demolition expert. So if you're going to build a bomb, you want to know about
you wanna be
demolition.
an expert.
All right. In 65, he returned to BYU where he met Karen Burns. They married in 65, had 2 children, Shanti and Richard. Okay. McCoy served another term in the Army in the condition that he could go to Vietnam, where he was awarded both the Army Commendation Medal and Distinguished Flying Cross. Upon returning to Utah, he served as a warrant officer in the National Guard, and he was an avid skydiver. Starting to figure this out now. He taught Mormon Sunday school and studied law enforcement at BYU. His purported dream was to become an FBI or CIA agent. I mean, he dressed like one.
Yeah.
The DB did.
Still wanted to be.
Right? And in April 7th, 1972, McCoy boarded Airlines Flight 855, a Boeing 727, en route from Newark to Los Angeles with 85 passengers and a crew of 6, piloted by Captain Jerry Hearn under the alias James Johnson during a stopover in Denver, Colorado. The aircraft was a 727 with aft stairs, which McCoy escaped in mid-flight by parachute after giving the crew similar instructions as Cooper had. McCoy had obtained $500,000 in cash.
I'm gonna up it a little bit.
And he did it with a novelty hand grenade and an empty pistol, which is weird.
Yeah.
Police began investigating. Look what I got.
I'm gonna throw this, and I'm gonna shoot you.
Don't make me.
I'm gonna shoot it in the air.
It's gonna get nuts in here. Police began investigating McCoy following a tip from a motorist. The driver had picked up McCoy hitchhiking at a fast food restaurant where McCoy was wearing a jumpsuit and carrying a duffel bag. I don't know, something seemed weird.
You need a ride.
What's that jumpsuit for? What's that duffel bag?
Was it the 90s?
No, this was in the 70s.
I was gonna say, if this is in the 90s, you'd be like, he's fine.
Yeah, all
Got
cool.
a jumpsuit on.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Windy out here.
Yeah, but no, he had a jumpsuit and a duffel bag. McCoy had also described to an acquaintance how easy it would be to carry out such a hijacking. That's the kind of a dead giveaway. So following fingerprint and handwriting matches, McCoy was arrested 2 days after the hijacking. This is crazy. McCoy was on National Guard duty flying one of the helicopters involved in the search for the hijacker. Is that not nuts?
Yeah,
He was searching for himself. I don't know, boys, no seat over here.
Yeah, there's no way anybody'd land out of here.
This guy's dead, I swear.
Yeah.
He ain't
Let's
lived.
get home and get something to eat.
You guys want some McNuggets? On me.
I'm buying.
I'm fine. Oh, don't give me my hand grenade. Get back over here.
Yeah, I wouldn't go over there. It ain't going on.
No
There's
big-
no way anybody would survive a crash
Yeah.
over there. Come on, let's get over here.
Let's head home. Inside his house, FBI agents found a jumpsuit and a duffel bag filled with cash totaling $499,970. He had spent $30.
He just kept it in his house with like.
I know.
It's almost like he's like, I can't believe I pulled that off. Now I don't know what to do.
I guess I'll just put this in the closet. I don't know. I'll shut the door.
Floorboard come up? No, I don't know what to do with it.
I'll stick her under the kid's bed. No one will suspect Shanti.
She's a good kid.
She's a good kid.
I got to teach Sunday school tomorrow.
Sunday
I haven't
school.
gone over the lesson.
That's funny.
That one's good.
So he claimed innocence, but was convicted of the hijacking and received a 45-year sentence.
Wow.
One-
The first or the second
Yeah,
one.
the
huh?
second one.
So why didn't they pin the other one, or like for sure said this is him?
They couldn't figure it out.
Seems so
FBI
weird.
freaking sucked.
That sure sounded.
Once incarcerated at the federal penitentiary in Pennsylvania, McCoy used his access to the prison's dental office to fashion a fake handgun out of dental paste. Can you imagine?
That's what that.
So he went to prison for this hijacking. In prison, he had access to the dental office. He's stealing little bits of it every time he went in, and he molded himself a handgun out of it.
That's insane.
I
I
know,
would let
dude.
him go.
I know,
You
this
know what?
dude-
Get out of here. That's pretty good.
Shit, man, we need guys like you on the outside. You get out there and start doing some work.
I haven't filled that many teeth. Where's all the fucking filling going?
He and his crew of convicts escaped on August 10th by commandeering a garbage truck and crashing it through the prison's main gate.
Dude, this guy.
I know, man. I'm saying this is why he's my favorite.
McCoy, man.
Oh, 3 months later, FBI located McCoy in Virginia Beach. News reports stated that on November 9th, McCoy walked into his home and was met by FBI agents. He fired at them, and all agents opened fire, killing McCoy.
Oh, he got killed?
Floyd McCoy done. Going down.
Dang.
So he's my favorite, and I'm just going with him. He did it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Richard Floyd McCoy Jr.
Rich from
At your service.
Oh, son.
Dental extraordinaire, skydiving expert.
Yeah, that's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. These other ones, they I think they were just a little hard up to be somebody.
Yeah.
But maybe.
I get it.
I don't know.
I get it.
First one, William Gossett. William was a veteran of the Korean and Vietnam Wars, a survivalist,
That's right.
and a parachutist.
Who says it that way?
I know.
I'm a parachutist.
I know.
Who says that?
Yeah, you're not.
No, I don't think
No
so.
one says it that way.
Oh my gosh.
This he told his sons and a local judge in San Diego that he had committed the 71 skyjacking.
Of course.
His son Greg recalls Gossett having an unusual amount of money at Christmas in 71. Where the hell did you get all that money?
I got like an Atari. I got all the games.
He just doesn't have that much, and all of a sudden, out of the blue.
There we are.
Yeah, and Gossett's physical characteristics match the description from eyewitnesses. Gossett died in 2003.
No.
Galen Cook, who had been investigating the Cooper case on his own for years, like before podcasting,
There are actually a bunch of like
Did their
DB
own.
Cooper that have done this. Yeah.
decided that Gossett was most likely D.B. Cooper.
Okay.
Cook said he has provided Gossett's fingerprints and DNA to the FBI, but the agency said there is no evidence to link Gossett with the case. You know, we don't need this.
No.
You're not an FBI agent.
You don't get it. Case
You're
closed.
just a dummy. Get out of here. So that one just kind of, there's, tons of details there to link
Yeah.
him to
Sure.
the Double Bubble Cooper. Sheridan Peterson. He was he was a chief suspect among the suspects,
Oh.
with investigators pointing to his experience as a smoke jumper.
Ooh.
Jumpist.
Parachutist.
Yeah.
Smoke parachutist.
His love of skydiving and taking physical risks, and even reportedly experimenting with homemade bat wings.
What?
I'm pretty sure he's a criminal. He's
He's
all,
got-
maybe I could
trying
just
bat
fly
wings?
back to Portland? I don't know. Anyway,
Babe, I'm going to get on the house and try these out again.
Yeah. So, anyways, building bat wings, trying to figure out how to fly. Peterson died January 8th, according to thelegacy.com, a memorials website. The circumstances of his death are not known. He is survived by his son and daughter. The California native served in the Marines during World War II and later worked as a technical editor at Boeing. So, new planes.
Yeah.
Based in Seattle. A stash of money was found buried along the Columbia River near Portland, Oregon in 1980, but the FBI continued its manhunt. This case from... Oh, yeah,
We already talked about that.
Phoenix entrepreneur Eric Eulis spent years trying to figure out D.B. Cooper's identity. Peterson flirted with the idea that he was... This is the same guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This got a little bit jumpy. Peterson flirted with the idea that he was D.B. Cooper on a number of occasions. He most prominently toyed with the suspicion in a 2007 issue of Smoke Jumper, a magazine published by the National Smoke Jumper Association.
I'll bet that is
The
interesting.
NSA.
The NSA.
The real NSA.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the FBI had good reason to suspect me, Peterson wrote. Friends and associates agreed that I was, without a doubt, D.B. Cooper.
Friends and associates.
This is so funny. He's
I
like,
don't know, friends and associates.
I
agree
mean,
that was
everybody
me.
just thinks it's me. I guess it is me. There were too many circumstances involved for it to be a coincidence. At the time of the heist, I was 44 years old. That was the approximate age Cooper was assumed to have been, and I closely resembled the sketches of the hijacker. So
Look,
that
that's
was
me.
his, he's like, this is me. It's easy. Peterson also admitted that he did himself no favors when photos surfaced from a Boeing news sheet that showed him dressed in the exact same formal attire reportedly worn by D.B. Cooper during the heist. I'm going to dress
course.
up. I'm going to confuse people.
Look, it was Halloween.
Yeah.
All right.
Peterson insisted that he was in Nepal at the time of the skyjacking, but the FBI continued to monitor him. As
I was in
subject.
Nepal. That's like great. Like people go to Nepal just like on a whim.
That's why I was like, the little details about this one.
I was having Thanksgiving in Nepal. All right.
Yeah, I was in Congo. I was in the Congo.
Antarctica for the weekend.
You need to
I
come
don't know.
up, you need to come up with some
No
better.
biggie.
Peterson is not the first suspect to have passed away before FBI could come to any final conclusions.
Jeez.
Here's another one.
All right.
Dwayne Weber, an insurance salesman. They're often lived dull lives.
Yeah.
But he was like he did not live the life that his wife thought he did.
Of course.
Dwayne Weber and his wife, Joe, who married in 78, Joe never suspected that her husband had a double life. Double bubble?
The bubble life.
But came to learn that there are many things about his past that he didn't tell her after she began investigating him following his curious deathbed confession in 95. He said, "I am Dan Cooper."
Oh, gosh.
Which meant nothing to Joe. She had no idea who Double Bubble Cooper was. Joe Weber learned that the man she knew as Dwayne Weber had a lengthy criminal record and had a number of fake identification cards among his personal papers.
Ooh.
Lived with this man that maybe never was Dwayne Weber.
You guys got to look at who you're living with.
Yeah.
All right? Figure it out.
Take a moment right now.
Yeah.
Think about who you're living with.
Send your loved one a text.
The wallet in his car had a fake Florida driver's license in the name of John Carson Collins,
That's a
the
fake
name he reportedly used when he served time in prison. Dwayne had also an old knee injury he claimed was acquired while jumping out of an airplane.
Oh, fudge.
And a reoccurring nightmare where Joe said he'd talked in his sleep about leaving his fingerprints behind on the plane.
Ooh.
So he was just getting flashbacks.
Yeah.
Their whole marriage. The most damning evidence, however, is based around Joe's recollection of a trip they took to Pacific Northwest. Now, this is a good story.
Yeah.
Dwayne was obviously familiar with the area, taking Joe to several places, including the point near Lake Merwin, which is close to the wooded area Cooper is believed to have landed, which she recalls him identifying as a spot where Cooper walked out of the woods.
And she didn't think to question
who's
that?
Cooper?
Who
Nobody.
the hell's Cooper?
Joe also recalled a strange incident where Dwayne returned from a walk covered in dirt, as if he'd been digging, and later threw a bag full of trash in the river as they visited another nature site. So stupid.
Why would you throw a bag
What
full
are
of
you doing?
Oh, you idiot. To put it in the trash can.
I know. What is that? It's trash. Okay. Just
No
throw it in
biggie.
the river for
Go
float
ahead.
down.
Yeah.
It's going to Portland. It is Joe's belief that Dwayne had dug up the money he had buried for safekeeping and that the rotten bills found by the 8-year-old several months later were the trash that Dwayne had thrown away.
Wow.
So there you go.
So this one, I watched a documentary maybe last year. I think it was
Barbara?
It was on. This one was like the main focus of
This
it.
is a good one.
I think it was on HBO Max or something. I can't remember, but it's interesting.
About Barbara.
Yeah. This
Did you want to do...
No, not Barbara. The one before. Well, Barbara was in it too. But
yeah, this was
the
a
one
big name.
before.
There's like 3 of them that were...
Yeah.
So
before we get going, though, I want to tell you about Off the Grid Surplus. Again, they have their denim pants on sale, Cameron. This is an urgent matter that you all need to take advantage of right now.
Yeah.
Go get some. They're around like $54, and then you use our code, and you get 15% off of that.
Yeah.
That is a deal.
I guarantee you the gear that you have right now,
It's not as good.
it's not very good.
No. You've got to get off the grid stuff. They've got great shirts. I'm wearing a shirt right now. Their pants are fantastic.
Yeah, wear them all the time.
They got women's pants now. We talked about that before. They're great.
Yeah.
So you've got to go check them out. Go to offthegridsurplus.com. Get an extra 15% off with anything with our code Casual Preppers. You've got to go do it. It's time. Now is the time. Take the time. You're going to die.
Yep.
Okay.
So these last 2 are my favorite 2 suspects.
Okay.
Can't decide which one I like more.
Sure.
But let's talk about Barb Dayton.
Okay.
Interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Barbara wasn't always Barb.
What?
Barbara was Robert Dayton
Ah.
when she was born. So
I get it.
now, she was the first trans woman to undergo surgery in Washington State.
Really?
Yeah.
The first one.
She served in the U.S. Merchant Marine and then the Army during World War II. After discharge, Dayton worked with explosives in the construction field and aspired to a professional airline career, but could not obtain a commercial pilot's license.
Wonder why.
I don't know. Barb kept her past secret from most of her fellow pilots. She did, however, confide in Ron and Pat Foreman. Nice people.
They sound great.
Who noted that Barb would become defensive of D.B. Cooper whenever he was discussed among the local pilots and anyone dismissed Cooper as a common criminal. She was like, no, you don't know anything about Cooper.
He's a saint, an angel.
He's smart. He's good looking.
Yeah.
Things came to a head one evening when, as a joke, this is so stupid, Ron took a picture of Barb with her hair combed to one side while wearing a pair of sunglasses, leading to an apparent confession that she had been Dan Cooper.
As a joke?
Yeah.
Hey, look, this is going to be funny. Let's figure this
It
out.
won't make you look like you are Dan Cooper.
Wait.
The resemblance has been noted by Barb Dayton's family, her daughter Rena, as well as Barb's Raina, as well as Barb's niece and sister-in-law, believe Barb was D.B. Cooper. According to the family legend, Barb, I mean, what better way of never being caught? You just change your gender.
These
easy
days,
to do nowadays.
No biggie.
Was also immediately recognized by her brother Bill Dayton when he saw the composite photo of D.B. Cooper in the newspaper in the days of the hijacking. Hey, hell, that's Barb.
That sure looks like Barb.
There is also no doubt in the mind of Barb's friends that she had the daring and knowledge needed to stage a survive an in-flight parachute jump.
Wow.
So, yeah, Dayton had claimed to have staged the Cooper hijacking dressed as a man. She'd already been changed.
Sure.
To get back at the airline field and the FAA, whose insurmountable rules and conditions have prevented her from becoming an airline pilot.
Sure.
They are annoying. Yep.
Yeah.
Dayton said that the ransom money was hidden in a cistern near Woodburn, a suburban area south of Portland. I've been there. I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually recanted the entire story, ostensibly after learning that hijacking charges could still be brought.
That's my
you know what?
favorite part.
Just kidding.
I was just joking.
It's just, nope. I'm a woman.
Not.
DB is a man, so there's no way. So anyway, that's Barb.
Wow.
Lynn Doyle Cooper. This is the last one. I like this one.
Is it?
This
It's not
one
the
has-
last one.
Is it not?
There's one more after this. You got Robert Rackstraw still.
Oh, that's right. Because he is probably
Yeah,
one of the
that
biggest
one's interesting.
suspects, too. So, Lynn, I just like the details. I mean, this pretty much, it's been in stone that he is D.B. Cooper.
Really?
Listen to this evidence.
Okay.
In 2011, Marla Cooper went public with her belief that D.B. Cooper was her uncle, Lynn Doyle, L.D. Cooper. Different initials.
LD.
Yeah. Marla Cooper, 48, citing memories from when she was 8 years old, told ABC News this week, not this week, okay? This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That she recalled her uncles planning something suspicious just before Thanksgiving of 71 at her grandmother's house in Sisters, Oregon. The two used walkie-talkies and left supposedly to go turkey hunting, she said. On Thanksgiving morning, Lynn Doyle Cooper, known to the family as LD, returned to the home bloody and bruised, claiming he had been involved in a car accident.
Wow, turkey hunting?
Yeah. But actually, when he arrived, he had blood on his shirt and he was muttering, and Marla heard him say he had hijacked the plane and the family's financial problems were solved.
Wow.
We did it. Our money problems are over. We hijacked the plane. Woo!
Happy Thanksgiving.
So, yeah, she heard it all.
Wow.
Marla recalled that LD disappeared after Christmas 72 and that her father would be vague whenever she asked what happened to him. It was Christmas 95 when Marla's father admitted that LD had been hiding since he hijacked an airplane.
Wow.
So, yeah, the FBI found Marla Cooper's claims credible, and she passed a polygraph test regarding her testimony. However, many theorists have pointed out that just because Marla believes her own story doesn't mean it's accurate.
That's true.
They also find it had to believe
Hard.
that I was like, something's missing there. D.B. Cooper, who was so meticulous in not leaving evidence behind, would use an alias so close to his real name.
Yeah, that does seem kind of not like...
LD, I'm
That's
going to
me
go by
going,
DB.
my name's Cody Conrad. How you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll never get me.
I'm Carl Jardy.
Carl Jardia.
But yeah, soon after the FBI compared the DNA samples that were given of the hijacker and from LD Cooper's daughter, he had already died. There was no match. The feds dismissed him as a suspect.
Interesting.
But it was a good story.
Yeah,
he hijacked
great.
another plane, apparently.
Something, yeah.
Bloody, he killed somebody, too. Robert W. Rackstraw.
That's a great name.
Yeah. And
Robert Rackstraw.
This has probably been one of the stronger suspects. Robert was an early suspect in the case due to the series of letters mailed to the FBI shortly after the hijacking.
That's
Kobe
the letters.
has showed me some of these. You guys can't figure it out, though.
No.
One of which identified Rackstraw. According to Rolling Stones, Rackstraw was a former Special Forces paratrooper, explosives expert, and pilot with about 22 different aliases.
How many aliases do you need?
22.
At least.
He was eliminated as suspect by the FBI in 79. His elimination was controversial amongst the investigating agents, and he remained for many the most viable suspect in what remains the only unsolved case. Filmmaker and author Thomas Colbert, I don't know, and a team of investigators studied the evidence for years and decided Rackstraw was their guy. In 2016, Colbert published a book on his theory, The Last Master Outlaw. I'd like to read some
I'd
of these.
read that, yeah.
And produced a documentary on Rackstraw called D.B. Cooper, Case Closed for the History Channel. Rackstraw, who lives in California, was approached by reporters in 2017. He neither confirmed nor denied the information, but told reporters to verify their facts.
Wow.
And then he died in 2019.
Yeah, that one's interesting. I just don't see where
There really isn't any
the-
strong evidence
other
that's
than the
been
letters.
reported. Yeah,
other than the letters. Yeah, and we don't really need to talk about the letters other than there was a bunch of letters that were sent.
kind of like taunting, huh?
Yeah, they were. That offered tantalizing clues, though, to the identity of the man behind the alias. There were 6 letters typed, handwritten, and made using ransom-style cutout letters. So, like, seriously, like
Oh,
this
wow.
serial killer, like, creepy stuff. But there was never anything, like, they don't know if it was real. It could have just been fake. And
Yeah.
And
And I know Rackstraw, they had like a guy that was developing a book.
Yeah.
And I guess he was kind of unprofessional about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they dismissed that too because they're like, the evidence just doesn't add up.
And like one of the letters they said contained like codes, and they had like some former World War II code breaker.
Right. That's right.
Code breaker, like breaking these codes, and
And where they figured he was, had to have been some type of military
Yeah.
expert.
But anyways, that's DB Cooper. There's like so many theories. There's so many suspects.
Yeah.
But it's just a fun one, man.
So
because
think back. If you remember your uncle,
Yeah.
maybe one day saying, hijacked a plane, got some money.
it could be him
Yeah.
or her.
I just love that. I've heard him say,
They hijacked a plane.
money problems are over.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a crazy story, man.
It is crazy.
DB Cooper. Fun stuff.
I'm going with McCoy too.
McCoy's my guy.
That one's the
That-
best.
they need to
And
make
he
a movie.
Repeated it
Yeah.
and was successful for the most part. You know,
They
But
need
I'm
to
just
make
like,
a movie on Floyd McCoy.
They do.
I'll tell you that because that dude, Richard Floyd McCoy Jr.
man, cast a good actor.
Yeah.
Sounds
Probably
amazing.
Christian Bale, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be
I
a
don't
good
know.
one. Yeah, I like-
Something like that. Tom Hanks, he'd be too old.
yeah, he'd be too old.
Too old now.
Who else could they do?
Um,
McCoy,
Tom Hardy. I don't know.
Tom Hardy be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I
what's
like
the other? The kid who plays Spider-Man?
Yeah,
What's
Tom
it-
Holland.
Holland. Yeah, I knew it was a Tom. Couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, any Toms. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom
Hardy,
Cruise. Tom Hardy. Tom
Cruise.
Holland.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, great stuff. Hey, we do have a battle box to look at, which would be
We
cool
do.
to do right now. Battle box mission, is it 80? Is that what mission it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, mission 80. This is a good one. So, first item in the basic box is the Hero Clip Medium. Supports up to 60 pounds. You want to jump out of an airplane? This would be great to hook on your duffel bag to yourself. Or just hook it to like one of your parachutes.
It's called a medium.
Hero Clip. Hero Clip.
Hero
It's a clip.
medium.
Yeah.
It's
Did you
gonna
find
it's gonna capture ghosts and stuff.
I know, yeah. Anyways, it's a good one. You can't find it, apparently? No. Okay, well, it's in there. Then you have the Human Gear Stacks, those organizers for your pills and whatnot.
These are pretty cool.
They actually are kind of cool. I like
This would be good for your bug out bag. Put some
For sure.
spices in there, some paper clips.
it. Water. Yeah.
I like the water. It's like something to sneak
a
into a
bunch of
meeting.
water.
You're like, I need some water.
Order. Then we got the Fire Dragon Solid Fuel Cube blocks. Yeah.
Fire dragon.
Fire Dragon.
Fire dragon.
Fire Dragon. Then we have the Warpath Blades Kitschy. It's a $50 value. Holy fudge. How do they do it? I don't know. But sweet little knife. This is in the advanced box. So
it's in the advanced one, huh?
yeah, so if you got the advanced
Don't
box,
even need the freaking pro.
you are getting a knife, and it's a solid fixed blade knife, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It is.
Pretty
It's got
cool,
good
man.
weight behind it.
Yeah.
Got a little belt clip
Mhm.
and Teflon.
Yeah. Then we go to the Pro blocks, and we have the Kaloa Big Kahuna compression sack, $70 value. It's a gigantic sack. You could fit 3 to 4 sleeping bags in it.
Get in the sack.
Yeah, let's get in the sack, babe.
Colors aren't very discreet, but it's
No, that's okay.
it's
though.
always nice to cinch things down,
It is.
save some space.
Then we have the Dead Fish Company Cleaver for the Pro Plus. My gosh, this
Look at
thing
that.
is gorgeous.
It's already ready to gift.
Yeah,
If you don't want it yourself, but you're gonna want it.
You'll cut stuff with it for sure.
Look at that.
It's a beast.
It's like
man.
an axe head
Yeah,
on a teeny little blade
yeah.
or handle. Oh,
Don't cut your finger.
well, there goes a finger.
Yeah, that thing is gorgeous.
It is.
It really
Pretty
is.
freaking sweet.
Yeah,
Can't wait to have a party at my house. Be like,
Cleaver
let me
time.
chop that up.
yeah. So that is the latest battle box, and then we also had a Going Gear EDC club as well, which is always exciting. They always come up with something interesting in their little packages.
Oh, there's a clip.
Told you it was there. Told you. I told you about it. I know. All right, Going Gear EDC club.
We gotta get this. There you go.
There we go. The first item is the Spyderco Bird Meadowlark 2. So this must be like a sub-brand of Spyderco.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because it kind of looks like a Spyderco, but you can tell it's not like a Spyderco.
It totally looks like their style.
Yeah, pretty cool. $31 value.
Nice.
Then we have the Spyderco. Did you
poke my hand?
Then we have the Spyderco Bug lapel pin. You can put it on your tie, on your shirt, EDC bag, whatever. It's a cool little. It's in a little package.
Oh, there it is.
In there.
Still in the package.
And then we have the Redeemed Creations Co. Travel Strop.
That pin's actually pretty cool.
I know. The Travel Strop, which is a nice way to keep your knives.
That's a nice strop.
Oh, that's a good strop right there.
That's a fine strop.
How do we get out my cleaver?
That's not a strop.
This is a strop. And then we have the New Myth Toe Hill Lighter. Version 2.
It's
version
a lighter?
2. Yeah.
What?
It's pretty cool.
Version 1 blew too many hands off.
Yeah, lit too much up.
Look at that. That's cool looking.
Yeah, it's a nice little tiny lighter. It doesn't have none of the stuff in it yet, though. So
so I have. Oh, look at that. Little similar aluminum thing that I put Zippo lighter fluid in. I've had it for like 8 months and it has not
Still has
evaporated. Freaking Zippos, man.
Zippos are the worst.
I hate them for that.
Because the stuff's gone in like a week.
Not even that.
Yeah.
It's like 2 days.
Yeah,
it pisses me off.
It does.
But anyways, they stay good in these.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys listening. Go get your own battle box. Use our code Casual Preppers. Go visit all of our sponsors. Use our code Casual Preppers. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following us on all the cool places that we are. The TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Twitter, anywhere.
Yeah.
Really. We're going to be there. So go follow us. Thank you so much and stay survived.